vintage, graphics, Lefebvre pads, gloves, blockers, off the rack, in store, available now for less. Cam, what exactly am I looking at here?
The L95 7X pad.
Welcome back to the Hockey Shop Source for Sports, where we're going to go over this particular model from True, as Cam just described. And I guess first off, I teased it as being cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
This is their third price point for True.
What we consider the mid for...
But equivalent
Yes.
pricing-wise to most brands' second price point.
Correct.
Okay, so walk me through what this L95 is based off of.
Yes.
At the highest level, what you get and what you don't get compared to that highest level for what? About half the price?
About half the price.
There we go.
So, based off of the hazardous line, which we see here, so what would be considered True's stiffest line of pads, this pad itself, 100% is the 7X4 hazardous pad. Okay? Just to be super clear, we do have, obviously, our L95 vintage style graphic and a slightly different slide surface, which we'll get into here in a second. So, the pad itself, just to kind of reiterate some of the key points of this guy, just to do a quick overview. So, again, stiff overall construction.
Still, I was going to say flexible boot, but not really. It's stiff right down there.
It's there. It's just it takes a little bit of a breaking in. So, continue with the boot. Steeper angle than compared to what would be their Catalyst line of pads. So that will kick the pad up a little bit higher on your leg. So keep that a note in terms of for sizing purposes. We do find that this pit's a little bit bigger versus because of that steeper boot angle. Backing, we still have our familiar True pad. We still have our FRS system. Nice, easily adjustable. Open leg channel. You can definitely tighten it up more based off of that adjustment from that FRS system. Still open knee cradle, carved out. Seen this before from them. Again, no different there. Adjustable outer knee wing if you want to take it off. Have it, great. Not have it, take it off. Update, weave slide surface. So before we had seen their version of, like, we'll call it, speed skin, their kind of idea. So their fast glide material, which worked well in certain situations, but definitely not all. So here, updated. It's just got your standard weave, tried, true, tested weave. Seen it before, see it all the way up to the NHL. Makes that nice sound when you go slide. Nice hard slide surface all the way throughout to give you nice support in the butterfly and also help to improve that slide.
We see the thinner profile in the thigh rise at the top. You see it kind of taper right at the very top edge. Do these come stock +2?
Yes, every pad will be a +2.
Okay.
Including intermediate, which this is also available in.
Okay, so the sliding surface compared to the pro level, they have a new sliding surface at the pro level. This is not that, obviously.
This is not Diamond Glide. That's a little bit different. So again,
Okay.
We're going to talk about things that you're not going to get when you move to this middle
Right,
price point.
exactly.
Diamond Glide's going to be one of them. And
But you
again,
still get weave, which
yes,
traditionally has slid better. The different brands look for other materials.
yes, there you go.
Slide, like durability compared to weave. Like weave's always slid well, but there were questions about durability.
Yes, potentially long-term durability, sliding, in terms of like rough ice versus soft ice, things like that. But that said, it kind of gives a consistent baseline for the pad versus what it had before.
What are you not getting other than that sliding surface in this compared to, pro level pad that costs twice as much?
As usual, we talk about the core and
Okay.
also where it's made. So obviously, we're not having a hand-built by Lefebvre pad here versus, a PX4, L95 graphic, that kind of style. So, okay, offshore pad, not using the exact same core. So they do have some proprietary rebound foams that they are using in those higher levels. You're not going to get that same level of rebound off of this pad versus, that pro level pad. Also, longevity of the core itself. In theory, yes, this is going to soften up a little bit quicker than, what you would get, obviously, with that pro level pad.
Gloves, blockers.
Yes. So,
$5.90.
standard.
Double
Not too
T?
much different here.
Little
Yes.
skate lace.
I will say versus
Nylon in between.
Yeah, the standard one off the wall that you would normally find in the 7X4 and even the 7X3. I think True's done a bit better at the consistency level of the glove. I just find that these feel a lot better off of the shelf. Again, still going to be your mid-price point glove. You're not expecting pro padding when you're getting into this. That's going to be some of your major differences. The internals, though, do feel really rich. I think for the value of the glove, you're getting something that's quite good quality for sure.
To be honest, from a closure standpoint, I don't know how long this has been open and closed off the
Just
off
got
the
it from the
rack.
back. Just got it from the back.
That's pretty good. To be honest, that's actually probably a little easier than some of the pro level stuff earlier that they were making.
For sure. So really hit their stride when it's coming to the consistency level of the gloves. Moving on to the blocker. Nice and simple. It's there based off their 615 design, so bindingless. Nice open cuff. Help you get that presentation forward. Feels like your standard Lefebvre blocker.
Okay, so really sharp looking graphics.
Yes.
A hazardous base pad.
Correct.
590 break. 615 you called it?
615 blocker.
Bindingless blocker. Half the price, roughly, of what you pay for the pro level gear.
Available in intermediate.
They have it in store now. If people have any questions, Cam,
604
sizing,
589 1899 or 1-800-567-7790.
I have one more question. Ballpark, who's this for? Like, you can wear this right up to...
And it really depends, growing kid going through, your majors, things like that. We're not quite ready for a pro level pad. Your recreational hockey player who's looking to look pretty slick.
I was just going to say, this is style for the beer leagues.
This can encompass a lot. If you're going to be on the ice, 6 times a week, this probably isn't the product for you. You're going to be looking for something a little bit better. But that said, anything underneath that, definitely worth a shot.
All right, there you go. L95 7X. If you got any questions, give Cam and his crew a call.
Check it out
at the Hockey Shop.